everybody. I'm going to go ahead and film something I've been meaning to do for a while and just haven't done it. I'm going to show you what my everyday makeup routine is. I'm not actually going to do it because it's not the same all the time. I'm going to give you an idea of what I do, plus it'll be faster. So, more than half of my mornings, I actually walk out the door without any makeup on at all, and that's okay. I suppose it's a little weird to hear a makeup channel say that, but there's nothing wrong with that. And it's not just like if I'm going to the grocery store to shop that I don't wear makeup. I frequently won't wear any makeup to work either. Mostly because for me to wear makeup, I have to have enough time, which I'm not a morning person. I'm not really an evening person either, but I'm not a morning person. So dragging myself out of bed could be interesting. And so I not only have to have time, I also have to be in the mood. And sometimes when I have time, I'm just not in the mood, and I'm in the mood to spend that little bit extra time some other way. So I'm going to start off with what I did this morning, because I did actually have a few extra minutes. I was kind of surprised. I was brushing my hair and throwing on my headband, which I don't think you can see. I was like, oh, I actually have time to do a tiny bit of makeup if I really want to before I go to work today. So, what I did today was I used BH Cosmetics Lilac Blush Duo, and I used this brush from BH Cosmetics. I'm not really sure what it's, I think it's for bronzer, maybe. I'm not really sure. I think it's for like contouring, but I'm not positive. It's this like little domed brush. It's a pretty good concentration. And I took the pink highlighter, sorry I'm blinding you with the mirror, and just swept it under my eyes because I have very dark circles, to kind of deflect the light away, and the pink to help correct the blue purple. I think actually peach and yellow work better, but I have enough pink in my skin, I think this helped anyways. But my circles under my eyes looked a lot lighter. If you look closely, you can still see I have circles, but they were a lot darker, trust me. Plus I think I tried to not rub my eyes, but I think I rubbed a little bit off. And then I just used a blush brush and swept the blush on. I used a method I learned on Wayne Goss, is that his name? There's a male makeup artist on YouTube. I've watched a few of his videos. A lot of them are like the lazy girl's guide to, because I'm lazy. And he suggested to make sure you don't get your blush too close to your cheeks, which I don't always remember to do this because I did learn this a little while ago. And I don't always, but I remember this morning, you put your fingers and then you brush your blush on your cheek. And then it's not like right close to your nose, which is good because I have a very narrow face, so yeah. I put that on pretty lightly, so you can't really, like, I'm not completely drained, but I think I rubbed some of it off today. No, you can kind of see there's a little bit of lilac blush on there, yeah. So anyways, I am wearing a lip shimmer from Wet n Wild because I just filmed my Wet n Wild video, and I'm just filming this right after, but you won't be seeing this right after, so, but yeah. But I didn't wear that to work, I just had clear lip balm. So, some days I will also put on a powder foundation. I prefer powder because I think I like the way it feels better than regular foundation. I like that it's lighter. You can build up coverage if you really want to, but when you initially put it on, it's very light coverage. It just kind of softens flaws, but doesn't cover them up entirely, which you might be thinking, but don't you want to? Well, you see, the thing is I have freckles, which you can't really see on camera because they're very, very light. I'm not out in the sun enough for my freckles on my face. My arm, they're darker, but my face doesn't they don't get as dark, but there are a little bit there, and I don't want to cover them up. I think freckles are adorable. So, in fact, people who have like a lot of freckles all over their face where it's pretty dark, like, it's adorable. Don't cover it up, for the love of God. He gave them to you. This is Everyday Minerals, their jojoba base in alabaster, which is the old color name. I bought it when they were selling off their vintage shades. I think the shade this is under their new color system is 1C, which is ivory rose or rose ivory, something like that. For their cool toned shades, they have cool, neutral, and warm. This is not the lightest shade. They also have a 0C, so if you're a little bit paler than I am even, you're in good shape. That was just a little too, I mean, I am super pale. Like, you would think with the way my neck, how white my neck is, I would need 0. But I got samples and I put it, like, I think they suggested on their website. I can't get my head turned right to show you. They suggested putting lines of it, like, down from your jawline down into your neck to see how it matched. And this matched better than the other one was just a little too pale, a little too ghostly. This is what I use during the winter because it does have the jojoba oil in it. And my skin anymore, when I was a teenager, it wasn't really a problem, but then I went off to college and my skin started getting older, I guess, and I started having problems with some dry skin during the winter time. So summertime, my face is super oily, so if I were to put this on in the summer, I would look like an oil slick. But, and then since this isn't, it's just pink tone, but not overly so, it can make me look a little washed out. So if I do wear this, I try to make sure to wear a blush. And I just put it all over my face, well, not quite all over, because I try to avoid where my nose pads sit because it's just going to come off on my glasses anyways. And I use this brush that I used the highlighter for to concentrate it underneath my eyes. So I might put on this and just blush, and I might go. I might put on this blush and a tinted lip balm and just go. If I'm really in the mood, I might also add an eyeliner pencil to, not eyeliner pencil, eyebrow pencil to my eyebrows. The one I've been using the most lately when I do bother to do it is the CoverGirl one in Soft Blonde, but unfortunately it's not cruelty free. I haven't found a replacement in which I have that much of it left. It's not like there's a big hurry. I'm not going to throw it out. But I would like to find a replacement for this before this is up, which I've got probably a couple of years to go. That's cruelty free, or maybe by that time CoverGirl will be cruelty free too, and I won't have to switch. Oh, and I didn't tell you what this lip balm I held up was. It's Burt's Bees Tinted Lip Balm. This shade happens to be Sweet Violet. I do tend to switch between a couple different shades depending on what I'm wearing, but if I were wearing this with that lilac blush, I would probably do this shade, which is Sweet Violet. This is probably my favorite shade for someone who's very cool toned like me. In the summertime, I still use a powder foundation, but then I use Geek Chic Cosmetics in Codex. It's the lightest cool tone shade. They only have cool and warm tones. They don't have neutral. They don't have as much selection for their powder foundations, but they are all really cute, and they have cute geeky names. This I actually, in the summertime, sometimes I just put, because this is very pink toned, much more so than the alabaster. You can't really tell is pink toned. It is, but you can't really tell. This one, I don't know if you can see it through the package, but it really is, no, you can't really see. It's very pink toned, which, so if your skin isn't really pink, it's not going to work for you. But mine is. So, if you've ever watched The Guild, Felicia Day is in it. It was a web series. They have it on Netflix right now. This is based off of her character and her skin tone, and she has very, despite being a redhead, has very pink tone skinned. Pink tone skinned? Pink tone skin. So a lot of times I will actually just throw this on and nothing else. One time I actually put this on all over my face, and then instead of putting on eyeshadow, which I was going to do, I actually was like, you know what, I'm just putting this on my eyelids too, and it looked fantastic, very glowing. And then I might add some other stuff too, but like I said, it's very pared down. I don't wear, like the most I might wear for every day is 1, 2, 3, 4 products. Maybe 5 if I throw on the highlighter underneath my eyes after I've put on foundation there. I used to I used to be much more into concealer under my eyes. It's just too much work, and like I said, I don't really mean to rub my eyes, but I do sometimes. And so I tend to have pretty dark circles from allergies and sleep deprivation, but it's just, I'm not that into it anymore. So tailor this to how you want to do it, but keep your product amount down. I think for every day, I think it's too much work to do what a lot of people do for every day. I mean, if that's what you really want to do, if you're like a major makeup geek, have at it. But if you're watching all of these other videos and going, oh gee, I have to wear all of it. No, you don't. You don't have to wear all of that every day. It's not necessary. You can walk out of the house with nothing on. You can walk out of the house with just a little bit on. And like I said, tailor it to what you, like if you have very dark circles and those really bother you, I think her name is Christine from 15 Minute Beauty, has said that she always makes sure to wear concealer under her eyes, a very nice one, because she has this one blood vessel that's very visible, and if she doesn't, people will keep telling her that she has an eyelash underneath her eye, which I would imagine has to be really annoying. Be like, thank you, I can't get rid of it because it's not really an eyelash. So if you have an issue like that, you know, concentrate on that. If you're just playing around, like I don't do it the same all the time, you just heard, and it's not just terms of colors that I use, like blush colors or lip balm colors, it just depends on what I'm in the mood for and how much time I have. And I'm rambling a lot longer than I meant to, I apologize. But yeah, tailor it to how you want. I said that like 5 times now. There was one more thing I was going to mention. Oh yeah, I remember as a teenager reading something about, you know, your basic like everyday makeup that'll only take you a couple minutes to do. The smartest thing to do would be to pick 2 things you want to concentrate on, like you want to work on your skin, like either do foundation or concealer, and then like eyes are your best feature, so focus on that. Or so you would do like eyeshadow or mascara, which you'll notice mascara is not in my everyday makeup, which most people, it's like if I don't do anything else I at least do mascara. That's because I don't like how it feels. If you don't mind how it feels and you're very careful, because that's like a really good way to injure your eyes with a mascara wand. I never have, thankfully, but people do, so be careful. Don't stab yourself in the eye. So if you want to use that, just because I didn't, it doesn't matter. If you don't like mascara, if you don't like the way it feels, like don't be ashamed of it. You're not the only one. Obviously, I don't. I do have some mascara to use in case I want to, but hardly ever. So maybe even trying to keep it down to like 2 things is not a bad choice if you do want to take it up a few more, like if you have a little bit of extra time, but that might be a good rule of thumb. But like I said, you can do this however you want to. So I'm going to stop babbling at you, especially since my voice is getting tired from all this talking from the previous video and this one. Thanks for watching, and thanks for sitting through all of my rambling. And for that matter, feel free to ramble at me in the comments about what you do for your everyday makeup, because I'd love to hear about it. Thanks. Bye.